Hey guys, my name's Colin and this is my review of the Nike Terra Kiger 7 after 100 kilometers. So quite a bit has changed in the Terra Kiger 7 compared to the prior two models of the Terra Kiger. So let's get right into it and start things off with the fit. Firstly, these run true to size. I'm a 10.5 in all my Nike sneakers, and the Terra Kiger 7 is a 10.5 and it fits great. There is a little bit more length in the toe box this way compared to the prior Kiger models, which fit really snug, and there also wasn't much space vertically. I really didn't feel that snugness around my forefoot in the Kiger 7s. I felt like this was a better fit overall, even though there was a little bit more toe length. I still don't think anyone should go down half a size. It's just a little bit of space and almost enough to make it feel more comfortable, in my opinion. Like most other Nike trail runners, the toe box is a little bit roomier compared to the road versions of Nike's sneakers. I found the fit around the midfoot to be good. It has a similar lacing system to the prior Kiger models. I was bombing down a lot of hills in this sneaker and it always felt pretty secure. The overall fit for the Kiger 7s is really pretty good. And next up is the cushion. So this is really where the Kiger 7 departs from the prior two Kiger models. The prior model here had a full length React midsole with a segmented rock plate in the forefoot and a Zoom Air unit in the heel. However, the Kiger 7 now took that Zoom Air unit, stuck it in the forefoot, and added a little rock plate in the heel. Still maintains that full length React midsole, but no more segmented rock plate in the forefoot and no more Zoom Air unit in the heel. The switch up in the cushion in the Kiger 7 I personally think is a gigantic improvement. As soon as you get this sneaker on, you can tell the cushion is improved significantly. It feels really nice and cushy. For a Kiger, it's kind of surprising because you expect to have that minimal feel, and although it does still maintain a minimal feel on the trail, you can really notice an increase in comfort and softness underfoot. Like I said though, even though there's a feeling of increased cushion in the Kiger 7s, it still feels fairly minimal while you're running on the trails. A lot of those Nike trail runners now have that React foam, and just like all of those other runners, the React foam in the Kiger 7s is really nice and soft. Moving that zoom unit from the heel to the forefoot is my favorite part of the new Kigers. I really wanted to like the prior Kiger models. I really liked the minimal feel of the Kiger 5s, but I did find a lot of heel instability. So much so that I never really felt comfortable like bombing down hills. However, that's been completely solved in the Kiger 7s. I didn't feel any kind of heel instability. I'm not sure if that's because they stuck that rock plate back there or if it's just because of the new design in the heel. I felt like I could cruise down descents with no issues on heel stability. Next up is the upper. The upper is mostly just synthetic mesh. It's actually very similar looking and feeling to the prior models. It has a similar lacing system to the Kiger 5 and 6. It has a little bit of reinforced protection here in the forefoot area. There is some extra padding here around the ankle and Achilles area. The upper feels very breathable and light and minimal. It's a gusseted one booty upper tongue here, so you're going to be able to stay nice and locked in. Kind of a cool looking sideways pull tab here. I did decide to go with the all black version instead of the cooler looking yellow and orange version, just because I knew it was going to get so dirty so quickly. I'm on the east coast of Canada and the Maritimes. We're just starting to roll into spring, so it's been really wet and muddy. I did take these through some puddles that were up to my ankle, so fully immersed, and walking out I could tell that all the holes in the synthetic mesh upper allowed for the water to get out pretty easily. Next up is the drop. So the drop of the Terra Kiger 7 stays at 4 millimeters from heel to forefoot. I'm not actually sure of the stack heights. Because it feels so much more cushioned than the prior versions, I was assuming that the stack was going to be a lot higher. There might be a small increase in stack, but it's a lot less than I assumed it would be after looking at them side by side. And moving on to the weight, I'm not actually sure of the weight. Doesn't actually specify on the website. However, just holding it in hand it feels slightly heavier, but not a significant amount. I did put one on foot and the other on foot at the same time, and this feels a little more bottom heavy, but it's not a significant amount or anything you would notice unless you had both of them on at the same time. Overall, it does still feel like a pretty light and nimble trail runner. Next up is the traction. I think a lot of Kiger fans were really hoping for a large improvement on the traction when it comes to wet roots and rock, because I know that the prior model did not handle those situations very well. The prior model had this diamond shaped compound here on the traction that was a cool idea, but it ended up being somewhat of a design flaw because you would slip out on that sticky rubber diamond so often, and they did take that out here, as you can see, and replace with a little more smaller lugs attached to that 4-foot rubber compound. As soon as you hit those wet roots and rocks, you can tell that this rubber compound is just not gonna stick to those surfaces. It's really unfortunate because I really love this sneaker. It would be really cool, and I'd be willing to pay a little extra if they teamed up with a trusted rubber compound like Vibram or Goodyear and stuck that on their trail runners. It would have easily made this sneaker one of my favorite trail runners ever. And the final verdict on the Nike Terra Kiger 7 is these are great. They're awesome. It's only that issue with the wet roots and rocks that is holding this sneaker back from being one of my favorite trail runners ever. It does remind me a lot of the Pegasus 36 Trail. It's kind of what I wanted from the Pegasus 36 Trail, an increased amount of lug depth and added react foam. Plus it's a 4mm drop compared to the Pegasus's 10mm drop. But if you were a fan of the Pegasus 36 Trail, I think you'd probably really like this sneaker. You just have to be aware of that 4mm drop compared to the 10mm. Anyway guys, that's my review of the Nike Terra Kiger 7. Really comfortable, really fun shoe to run in. You just gotta watch out for those wet rocks and roots on your trail runs. But aside from that, pretty great sneaker. Alright guys, thanks for watching my review, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.